All right. Well, episode 4. That's a terrible introduction, by the way. It's episode 4.
You weren't even like hyped up. You're
I
not
know.
like, hey guys, it's episode 4. Can you believe it? We're already at number 4. 4. 4's a weird word.
We're recording this
Four.
late-ish at night after work on a weeknight, so it's kind of like,
And we've had quite a week already. Yes.
We have?
Yes, I have. Last night.
Oh, yeah. That
Oh yeah, that thing,
That thing.
Can I get like an amen or a like, just like a mama like head lean like, yeah, I know. Because you know us moms. When something goes wrong in the house, typically we're the ones that get up and address and take care of the issue in the middle of the night.
And I'm very thankful for that.
I was waiting for the amen.
Amen.
Praise. No, just kidding.
I wanted to say I was thankful for that because I am.
You're like, and then I come back into bed and you're like, is everything okay? What
Half
happened?
asleep. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. Or you're like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. But
The dog is not.
the dog is not okay. So, last night, Kimber's getting older, guys. So
Kimber's our
we all
dog,
know.
if you don't know.
Yes. For all of you guys that know, you know. But anyway, so she's getting up there. She's on her vet paperwork. It said that she was 9 years old. She is not 9 years old. She is definitely like 11. But that's fine.
She's 10. She's 10.
Okay, she's 10.
Anyway,
but she's
go ahead.
working on 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she ended up having a bit of an issue last night because she had to go out every like half hour, 45 minutes. It was intense for me. Ryan was fine. He was in bed. And if you're asking, oh, the baby or your husband, both Ryans. Actually, little Ryan was at
He wasn't even here.
yeah, he was at my mother-in-law's house having a beanie sleepover, as we like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
This Ryan, he was fine. He was cozy in bed, and I let the dog out, and I was literally leaning my head up against the frame of the door, and I'm like, "Go pee, go poop, bubos, go." Anyway, she likes encouragement when she needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Long story short, I ended up using the baby gate to keep her downstairs because it was just too much. I needed sleep. We both had work in the morning. And when I got up in the morning, again, the baby wasn't here. So I got to essentially sleep in a little bit extra. And downstairs in the bathroom, because she is so smart, she knows you go to the bathroom in the bathroom. But she had little bathroom spots on the floor in the bathroom on the tile, and because it was up against the tile opposed to outside on the leaves and on the grass and things, I could see that there was actually blood in the urine. So
Yeah.
I went to work in the morning. Shout out again to my wonderful boss. I know we praised her earlier, but she let me leave. I called the vet. One of my best friends, she actually works for emergency vet. So I called Kiki, and Kiki told me that it wasn't like emergency. It was probably just either UTI or possibly like a stone. But It turned out she has a UTI, and I don't want to say just a UTI because any of the people out there that have had one know that that's not fun. And I was asking if I could give the dog Azo, which is a medication that kind of like masks the symptoms of, so it gives you comfort a lot sooner and kind of gives you that like you don't have the urgency and stuff.
And they're like, so here's some amoxicillin anyway.
Yeah, they totally did not address my question. And I asked multiple times, and they looked at me and kind of blinked a couple times, and then they're like,
yeah.
So she's going to need medicine, have some food before she takes her medicine. And I'm like, oh, but can she have the Azos? Like, is it painful to her? They're like, well, yes, UTIs are painful. And I said, so can she have the Azos until like tomorrow for the medication to appear? And they're like, and when you give her food,
they
she
just
wants to
wouldn't
have a
answer
full
your question.
Yeah,
Well,
and
they probably didn't know.
But they would stop and look at me like,
They probably didn't know what to say. They don't want to give you advice.
If I told this to Justin, he would say it was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. They were
Every
just
like
glitching
5
out
minutes.
The NPC, the NPC vets.
They were like, what? I can't get my
That's
feet
not
right
written in my
right now.
code. I can't compute.
What is Azos? How do you spell that? I'm probably saying it wrong. I think it's AZO. Anyway, if you know, you know. And
So
I was
anyway,
just trying to help my girl out.
She's on the mend now. She's actually.
Well, she had medicine.
She seems like she's doing better
And
already.
I asked for like a pain medicine, but they gave her, they said it was a anti-inflammatory. So I'm not sure if it was like the dog version of ibuprofen.
Yeah, probably.
It's like Remedine or something like
that.
that. But I did check it with my reference of Miss Kiki, and she told me that that was good for Kimmy girl.
Yeah.
So Kimmy is not in here today, but if she does poke up, I will let her OUT because we need to push fluids. She's loving it. She's having so much ice cream. I'm pretty sure she
She's
had
getting
like
spoiled. That's what happens.
yeah. And then I had steak today doing the carnivore diet. I've been trying to do really good. Yesterday, wicked headache. Wicked headache. So what's that? I think that's like day 3 of me being on like carnivore.
So you're saying that the carnivore diet made you have a headache because you're going back on it, right? Your
Yeah.
body's probably like
It's either-
detoxing from the
It's either
other
the
things.
lack of tea, because I started having tea, not coffee, but I'd have tea and it wasn't decaffeinated.
Mm-hmm.
And then also to like get off like the carbs. Not that I had a ton of like bready things, but well, I did have pizza a couple times, and then it was trick or treat
Yeah.
the other day, so I did eat some chocolate.
You stumbled off the path a bit for a couple weeks,
Yes.
which is fine.
Yes, and
but-
probably my portions of rice were bigger than what it should have been.
Yeah.
But today, definitely back on it.
Yep. You're doing good.
I have my pumpkin milk in my the child's first hero dad cup. It's mine. It's obviously my cup.
Yep. So I made you a steak. Sorry.
Yep.
I haven't been coughing at all, and now that I'm doing a podcast,
know.
it comes back.
He did.
I've been doing better.
He did do the bourbon with the honey. We have a bunch of honey now. We got like
Yep.
the big bear, not just the baby bear. I don't know if everybody gets those options, but the big bear is way more honey.
Yeah.
I was gonna say cuter, but I can't.
Way cuter.
I don't know if it's
I can't say
really
that.
that cuter.
Um.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts.
So that is where we are currently. Little man has an appointment tomorrow, so hopefully he fares off a little better.
Yeah, it's just like a checkup or whatever.
Yeah. It's his like 2-year
Yeah.
awesome
Routine
exam.
stuff.
Yep. And it's going to be a follow-up from his ears just to make sure.
Oh yeah.
A while ago,
Everything.
he had double ear infection and conjunctivitis. We didn't even know. He's like a trooper.
Yeah.
They're like, has he pulled on his ears? I'm like,
Not really.
Unless you say head, shoulders, knees, and toes, he doesn't really care about his eyes, ears, and nose, people.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's not really a big nose picker either.
No, not at all.
Some kids
We lucked out there.
like live in there.
Yeah, they get like 3 knuckles deep and really dig for gold. And
Like it pokes out on the other side. I didn't know that was possible. I mean, I did in a weird way because I know the anatomy of the face. You can actually put like floss in your nostril and it comes down your throat.
ew. Yeah, well, it makes sense. It's all connected.
Fremo does it.
The ear, the nose is connected to the ear.
Right? But you don't
Like, that's
think
how it
of
goes,
that.
right?
You're not like, well, it's like
The
open.
nose is connected to the ear. The ear is connected to the throat. Is that how that song goes?
I hope not. I
Oh.
have no idea what song that is, but it's, your nose and your throat are connected. I'm not sure about your ears.
Yeah, they are. Look it up.
Look it up, guys. Let me know. Oh, fun fact about that. Ryan and I were talking about, so I've been doing trivia for our work, my work. And I was like, I wonder if you guys would want to do like trivia. Like I could throw out some, not that we're going to do something silly like, oh, let me ask you this question. Then next week, we're going to give you the answer. We'll give you the answer at the same.
On the same podcast.
Yeah.
Just keep
But-
listening. You'll get the answer.
Right. And it's not going to be like stupid long.
Yeah.
Just like we'll discuss whatever the question was, because some of them are pretty cool, and I feel like I'm getting smarter.
Well, yeah.
And it's only been, how many days has it been?
I don't know.
Apparently I'm not that smart yet, but I feel like I'm getting smarter. I have these fun trivia facts, and I don't really get to play, so I got to figure that out.
Well, because you're the trivia person. So
that's right.
You know the answers.
So maybe it's like false confidence. I'm like, oh, I know that answer. I know those. And really it's because it's my question. But I have been cross-referencing and making sure that my trivia like is real. Real.
Googling the answers to make sure it's legit.
Like I'll look up trivia and then I double check because I look up the answer somewhere else to make sure that it's actually the correct answer.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, the answer is this, and then it's not.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if the girls at work, like, I guess the point of it is that you just go there and you do it and you just go off a whim of what you think, opposed to, oh, these are the questions. Oh, let me go back and look those up and then like put it in. It's not an open book trivia. That kind of takes away the fun of it. So, but I didn't do trivia today, so I hope the girls aren't upset with me, but that's because I had Kimmy things to do. You
had to leave work early. Bring the dog to the vet.
I had to leave work early. I did work through lunch technically, but then I left right after just so the vet gave me the certain time to come in, and that's what happened. Yeah. So grateful for that. Grateful for Kiki. But let us know if you want to do like weird trivia things like in the mix here.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody and anybody that's been doing comments. I've been going through and trying to answer everybody, and usually Wednesdays you'll answer the questions. Fridays or the weekends. But
the questions are good.
I'm not always there every single day, but like Wednesdays I have the day off. Every other Friday I have a day off, and then on the weekends I try to catch up. But again, I've been doing that play, so
the play.
I need somebody to put in the comments, what do you do when you're like anxious or some kind of common thing, not to like drug myself to sleep, but I'll like wake up at night.
I smoke a fat bowl.
I'll wake up at night and I can't do that. Work would not allow me to do that. I wake up at night and then my mind just wanders, and I literally just try to like, I think about, okay, I got to go this way, and then I got to run up the thing, and then I got to go down. Like, I don't think they realize when I say that I'm anxious and I can't handle it. I really
are.
Like, I'm not being funny or cute. Like, I can't.
I don't smoke weed, by the way. That was a joke.
I don't know what you do. I'm not with you 24/7.
I really don't.
Just don't bring around my baby.
That's fine.
Any of the babies.
Yeah.
Even Oakley.
We could do a live drug test on the pod to prove that I don't smoke weed.
It'll be like one of those people that they're like, I don't do weed, blah blah blah, and then like cocaine and heroin
all the other
and everything
ones.
else, and they'll be like, well,
those ones I do.
You didn't ask me about that one. That wasn't even a thing. It was just once I just tried it. It wasn't real. I didn't know.
I don't think I could smoke weed. I don't think my anxiety would allow it.
You have anxiety?
Are you kidding me? Of course I do. We both do. Ooh, that was slurpy.
That's because I needed a minute.
Oh.
I think you have anxiety when it comes to chicken. But
yeah, I like flat chicken wings and not drums, and I have anxiety when
he calls our son chicken. That's what I meant, and he knows that.
That.
Oh, that. Yeah, that thing. That thing that walks around.
Yeah. I don't really call him that as much anymore. Now that he's older.
Especially because as he continues to get older, you don't want him to be like, and what's your nickname, little boy? And he's like, Chicken.
You're right.
Yeah, that's going to go over
No, I just call him by his name, or I say, hey, buddy.
But then he has an uncle buddy.
Yeah.
So that's going to get confusing.
Right.
It's only weird when buddy is around, and then we say buddy, and then, but that's all right. But he has his 2-year, could you believe, 2-year check tomorrow.
What the heck?
And that will be fun.
Yeah, that's That's wild.
He'll tell me what's
Time
up.
flies.
Yeah. It's weird. It doesn't seem like it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, huh.
Yeah. All of a sudden he's
Imagine
speaking
that.
in like sentences and it's like, oh, okay. Where did that come from?
He remembers everything too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you move something, recently we've been working on him, help him clean up at the end of the day because some people in the house are better at it than others. And
Wait, what?
so anyway, so we're working on him being more like his mommy and putting his toys away. And sometimes when we don't put our toys away, they don't actually make it like through the night back into his playroom. They might end up in the trash, or that's what my mom used to do. She'd be like, you pick that up. If she stepped on it.
He has not had a toy that has finished the day in the trash and not come out.
Other than when I'm purging.
Well, that's different if you're just getting rid of stuff.
But not since he started helping clean
Not as a
up.
punishment.
No. So, but it did work because he hustled his little tushy to put that excavator away.
Mm-hmm.
Hustled. And then he got fresh with me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this, mamas. But I told him that he needed to put his tractor. And for the record, it was a tractor that Ryan and I got him. So it wasn't anything from anyone else. But I was like, you got to put your tractor away. Basically, he said no. I said yes. He took the tractor from me. He threw it back into the living room. So I said, well, now it's going to be thrown away.
Rebel.
I know. And he'll like do it. And then he'll go, like this big laugh. I'm like,
oh, kids.
so then I ended up taking it, throwing it in the trash. Obviously, very devastated. No, mama. No, doctor. No. That's like pretty close to accurate.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, are you going to put your excavator away? And he's like, no. And I was like, does the excavator know to go in the trash? Because mama will put it in the trash. It doesn't fit in the trash. And all of a sudden he goes, no, Ryan, do it. No trash. I'm like, okay, go. And it's sure enough. And he didn't even, it's one of the ones that he could ride on, but he picked that thing up because he did not want me to touch it.
Brought
and
it
he
right
put it back
into
in
his room.
Yep. And then the next day was a Sunday because he has little play footballs and Ryan will play football with him. He knows football and he knows hockey. I don't know if
He knows hockey?
Yep. He knows hockey.
Okay. He says football when I'm watching football. He knows that.
Yep. He knows football and he'll play with the footballs. And, so after he finished putting all his toys away, the excavator, like all the other little random things, dinosaurs, balls, things like that, I was like, listen, buddy, we were in his playroom. I said, you did a good job. You helped clean up. I think this time we can take the tractor out of the trash this time, but you have to be good because tomorrow it's not going to come out of the trash. And he's like, okay. So we go out. I take it out of the trash. It was clean. It was fine. And I was like, okay, you got to put your tractor away now. And I go to give it to him. That little bugger, he took it and threw it back into the living room again. And I was like, nope, that's it. So I took it and I was like, this is going to go in the trash and stay in the trash if you don't want to bring it into your room. And he goes, no, outside.
Outside.
And I was like, what? And he goes, outside. And he pointed to the back porch. And I was like, fine. So I took it and I chucked it outside. And then he's like, ah! But it stayed there. But the next morning, always in the morning, he wakes up. He asks if daddy is home. Usually Ryan's gone. He goes to work.
Early.
So I'm like, no, daddy's not here. Daddy's at work. And then he goes, Beanie coming? And
Yeah.
if she's there, I say yes. But that morning,
He walked straight to the door and
he was here because that was the Sunday morning because that happened Saturday and Sunday was the football day.
yeah,
Anyway.
but this was the weekday now.
No, this is a weekend.
Oh, okay.
This is Sunday morning. And then he comes right downstairs and he looks out on the porch and he asks for his tractor. And of course I didn't pick it up and I wasn't thinking because now it's dark out. And I
Right.
was like dark at night. So I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to pick that up.
But he knew.
And
He remembered.
Yeah, that was the first thing he did. He went out there. And then on
Get my tractor
Monday morning, my mother-in-law shows up to watch him. And he's up and he's telling her how he didn't put his footballs away, so I put those on the back porch. And one of his little ride-on things, not the excavator, it was a little wooden ride-on thing that my friend Brittany just gave him. And I put that out, and he was very upset when all those things went out there. But I was like, sorry, that's what happens, bud.
Gotta listen.
You gotta, help out. And then Daddy Ryan, you really help teach him, because Ryan will be like, hey, buddy, can you put my shoes away? And he makes him. And
he's like, okay, Daddy.
Yeah, little
and
Ryan's like, okay. So
that's pretty awesome, by the way. Having a little helper to do the things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, when you reclining when you're sitting on the couch reclining backwards, it's like, kick your shoes off. It's like, I don't want to get up and put them away.
I know.
Hey, Ryan, can you put Daddy's shoes away? And he's like, okay.
How did they get put away before that? Before
they didn't.
little
They just
Ryan
stayed there.
existed.
Until later that night when you would put them away. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then your socks and your laundry magically gets put away.
Yeah,
and done.
That's pretty cool. It's like magic.
Yeah. Shout out to my mother-in-law too, because she does help a lot with the laundry and the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does. She's awesome. So are you, obviously. That's a given.
My God.
That's a given.
Beat around the bush. Isn't it cool to have a little person that just takes care of everything? And isn't my mom awesome? And oh yeah, who else? There's something else. Oh yeah, and Kimber, she's a great guard dog.
Yeah, I think I remembered everybody.
Noted.
I'm just kidding. We're kidding, guys.
I am not kidding at all. But I do not cook. Let me tell you something. While I was going through the comments, because I tried to go through, I didn't know that the shorts had comments. You just told me this recently.
They do, yeah. You can comment on the shorts.
You were away this weekend, and we can touch on that in just a second. But I was going through the comments on the shorts because I didn't even know that existed.
I try to upload a short every day, by the way.
Just little highlights and things.
Sometimes they're
Kind of fun,
previews
right?
to the show. Sometimes they're part of the show that's already out that people might find interesting.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But anyway, go ahead.
But so I found out that that's another place that I need to do the comments. So when I was going through, it was almost like a little time lapse because I saw things that we did previously. And Ryan actually really likes to cook. I don't want to say it's his hobby. He just actually really likes doing it and has passion for it, where I don't. I am really good at burning things.
Not cooking them
fully. Or at all, because you don't plug in the thing. Yeah, that's me. So welcome to Friendsgiving. So anyway, I was going through the comments, and people can be so mean.
No.
For no reason.
Really?
You were cooking steak
on
or
YouTube,
something.
there's people that are mean in the comments.
I don't know. Well, sometimes you would shelter me.
I'm blown away.
You would shelter me sometimes because you would go through and delete things or hide things so that I wouldn't see them.
The blocked list, especially on the main channel, I can't only imagine how long it is.
Oh,
you know how many
I don't
people
know.
have blocked?
I don't.
Your
I
comments
didn't even know
slightly
you could do
annoying.
that.
Bye.
I didn't even know. Well, and then
It gets
some of
so
your
tiring
comments,
after a while when it's
you can totally tell when I comment versus when you comment.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's just I know you versus what I would say versus what you would say, but
I appreciate everybody that watches and comments, by the way. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Just when you have all the negative, it's a lot easier to remember the negative comments than it is the positive. It shouldn't be that way, but it's just kind of human nature. And they get to you after a while. And not that they bother me. I'm just tired of seeing them. So if I see one that's slightly negative, it's goodbye. I haven't done that recently, but back in the day, when we were doing YouTube hard and there was a lot of comments every single day, I would do it once in a while. But anyway.
I think I have to take a little break.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, so after a quick break for the dog.
Sorry.
Yeah, back to the comment thing real quick. When you first start on YouTube, it you love the comments. And this is hard to talk about without sounding like I'm ungrateful or whatever, but like when you first start, it's like you love the comments, and most of them are like basically all of them when you first start are positive. But then once you get to like a level of success and like you have videos that are killing it and you have a lot of comments, like, you know, hundreds a day, thousands a day if your video's going viral, maybe, like the negative stuff is just like way more, and it's like exhausting, and it makes you numb to the comments a little bit. Like, and even the positive ones, like obviously you still appreciate them and read them, and it makes you feel good, but it's like it almost makes you feel like you just don't want to be in the comment section at all. At least for me, that's how it feels like, or what it feels like. But
I still like talking, or like I feel like I'm talking to somebody.
It's different now for me. Like, it doesn't really bother me as much anymore, and I actually, especially on this podcast, I love reading the comments and stuff. And I don't really I haven't had any issues with really any of them, but because we've been out of YouTube for a while,
a little bit,
so we had a nice break. So
I feel like some of the things too, I know that you like, usually if somebody, maybe I shouldn't say this.
What?
Like if somebody does a negative comment, those are the ones, or like passive aggressive, you're more likely to reply yourself to a passive aggressive.
That's true.
Than let me reply to it, because I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I try to be like, oh, well, let me see if we can do something like that. And sometimes you're like, you can't please everybody.
You can't.
You like, I try to be people pleaser, and he's just like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You just gotta do you. You gotta be yourself, and if people don't like it, they don't like it.
But some of the ones that are like, they'll be very boisterous, and then I'll see that you've replied, and I'm like, oh, no.
But I do it for fun. Just like,
but
I legitimately like take joy in it. Like, especially if the comment's so ridiculous and like
no.
Not.
What I was gonna say is that once you say something, sometimes the person, like, maybe a 50-50
backtracks.
Maybe, they'll be like, oh, I didn't mean it that like
way. It's like, yeah,
that's
right.
not what I said. Like, oh, that came off wrong. Hold on. And then you'll see that they like edit the original one. Yeah. And then Ryan's comment looks very like inappropriate. I'm like, and then they'll be like, no, dude, I love you. And you're just like,
that's my favorite.
But that's what I was going to say.
I just said a really mean thing about you, and then you confronted me directly, and I didn't mean it. Never mind.
I didn't think you'd see it. I thought this was for everybody else. And I'm just like, oh, no. But there was, so going back to like your love and your cooking, and there was some times that we would actually like trying to promote, and we were thinking about ways to do this like podcast live, and I was like, Ryan, why don't you do the cooking thing? I like to eat. We could do like dinner combined with like alive. But then I saw in the comments, like when you made the steak when we were out in Nashville, oh my gosh, like people were like, why don't you get a cast iron pan? We weren't home.
We were on vacation.
We have 3. We have
that's what I mean.
Sizes.
Like so many of those negative and just stupid comments, they don't know what they're talking about. Or that's what makes them so annoying, because they don't like, they might not, they probably do mean ill will by it, but they don't understand the situation fully, and they're just commenting out of like quick-witted emotion,
right?
You know.
But then also, you've done so many videos of like grilling at the house that was clearly not our house.
Yeah,
if you're actually paying attention to, you know.
But again, they don't know that,
right?
Yeah,
depending on. But I was just like shocked, like this one part, and then there was people saying that's kind of a basic way to like cook a steak, and I'm like. I don't know if we just live in a different place, but I have never gone to somebody's house and then be like, hey, let me cook this up with some butter, some rosemary, sear it, or what? You want me to eat a cold steak? No, if you wrap it up. Like, even I think Leonard put a comment like, no, he wrapped it up so that it would stay warm. Like, right. And you were just like, that, like, nope. You said something somewhere and it like started this fire, and then all of a sudden it turned into this big, huge thing.
Yeah.
Lay down, bud. You're okay. So yeah, because I know that you guys were like, oh, hope we'll do a live, and I don't know if we'll be able to.
Probably won't do any
lives. Like a live piece.
Probably no lives.
And then there was that issue where people were doing lives, remember? And then like someone would like call the cops.
Yeah, that's called doxing. Yeah. That's why we don't do lives.
What is that?
Or you get like swatted. Like if somebody figures out where you live, and probably shouldn't even talk about this, but like when you're live,
don't talk about it.
Yeah, never mind. We're not going to talk about it.
I don't want to get swatted.
Right.
That sounds like a fly's bad day.
That's why we're not going to do lives.
All right.
Yeah.
You can tell me later.
All right.
So anyway, yeah. Well, I just thought I don't want all that craziness. And
right.
So the cooking thing didn't really work all that much, but interesting. And then this past weekend, Ryan was gone.
I went on a little trip ski with my daddy and his friends. And actually my grandfather was there too.
And a bottle of booze.
A bottle of booze?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you just made that up.
I was just part of the story.
We did have, we had beer there, but I didn't bring a bottle of booze.
A bottle of booze. Some Baileys out of a boot.
Do you love me?
I'm old
Greg. That's a good watch if you haven't seen it. Just search Old Greg on YouTube.
That is the weirdest looking thing. I think that's British.
Yeah, I think it is British. Yeah.
Ugh.
Drink Baileys out of a boot.
That weird thing.
Anyway, yeah, went on a trip up north.
He was supposed to bring home the venison.
Yeah, went on a hunting trip. Was not successful. Was not successful. Didn't even see a deer.
But he did send me some videos of a woodpecker.
Yeah. I was hanging out there in the woods, and a little woodpecker came over and started pecking the tree in front of me. I'm like, I gotta take a video.
You didn't just like
no
sleep, my friend.
No. But yeah, no, it was a good time. We left Friday afternoon, and then we came back on Sunday morning. So a little day and a half trip or whatever. Two night trip.
And then I got to stay home.
Yep.
Take care of the house, the child.
Yep. This was I went up to Maine, and it's actually funny. I was up there in Maine at like we were driving through at the same exact time that Biden was visiting Maine for the shooting victims.
Oh.
So we didn't see his motorcade or anything, but he was there same time I was.
I don't know what a motorcade is.
Like his car with like all the cops and security detail and Secret Service.
If I was the president, I'd be like, why don't you send that little decoy out and I'll go get an Uber?
Well, they do. They have multiple cars. I'm pretty sure they have like 2 presidential limos that drive together, so you don't know which one he's in.
But if they're driving together...
Well, it's 50-50. Yeah, it increases odds.
Guess what would be safer?
What?
An Uber.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
The Uber driver
checks the app. 2024.
Checks the app. It's just Biden's face. Like, what? You want to pick up the president?
No, it wouldn't. You couldn't have it be your own face.
Right.
Have to have Kimmy's face or something.
Yeah. No, they would never. The Secret Service would never allow that. You know, like, how much preparation goes into, like, the president traveling? It's pretty wild.
Apparently 2 limos.
Well, that's nothing, though. That, like, compared to what they do.
I feel like when they're close to each other, that's a horrible idea, though.
I don't know. All I know is they always have 2 limos. It would be, I mean, you can see in the windows, I guess.
That's
so you know which one he's in. I don't know. I don't get it.
Why would you be able to look into a presidential limo, but a normal limo you can't look inside?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you can't see in them. I mean, they're bulletproof, so it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Whatever. But what were we talking about?
I'm going to have a Cybertruck, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's probably just as good.
If Elon allows.
Yeah.
If he makes one for me.
No, I ordered one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yeah, we've talked about this. I didn't order it. You put in like a pre-order. You can cancel it.
You told me that Lonnie put in an order.
I told you I got one too. I thought I did. I did it just for fun. Am I ever going to see that Cybertruck? Probably not. Because like they're so far like backlogged in orders. I probably wouldn't, if I like kept my order in there and didn't cancel it, which I probably will. We'll see. I probably wouldn't get it for like 8 years.
Just saying. You started YouTube just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. And here we are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
you bought a snowmobile just for fun.
Yeah, so a Cybertruck's coming just for fun.
It'll be here by the time Chicken needs a vehicle. Maybe I'll like that, though, if it's bulletproof.
Yeah, no, it's bulletproof.
Keep him protected.
Yeah, actually, Elon was on the Rogan podcast the other day, and they didn't shoot it with bullets, but Rogan was like, can I shoot it with my arrow? And Elon's like, well, let's go do it, because Elon drove it to the podcast. So
there is one.
Yeah, they exist. They're going to start delivering them this month. But, I mean, I'm so far down the list. I ain't seeing that thing
I
for
just
years.
find it very interesting that when they're going to start delivering these Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
But the fireplace that's broken downstairs, you're not sure when that's going to deliver that piece that we need.
Well, that's not my fault.
For warmth.
That's not my fault.
To provide warmth for your family, but you're like, that Cybertruck I'm going to get in 8 years. The countdown starts next month.
We didn't know that the Cybertruck was even going to come out for years anyway. Until like just recently, they're like, yeah, we're going to start delivering on...
How did you know that, though?
What?
The Cybertruck thing.
Because they just announced it, that they're going to start delivering them this month.
I never heard this announcement. Where was it?
On X, formerly known as Twitter.
So did you call the fireplace people that you were supposed to call on Monday to see where the piece
No, because
is?
there's no number on the website. I looked, so I couldn't.
We got scammed.
Probably. No, I don't think we did. I think they've been trying to deliver it for 2 days, but it's signature required, and we haven't been home.
So tell them to deliver it tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyway. So these hunting trips that Ryan goes on every year.
Yeah. What about them?
I'm just wondering, because you didn't catch a deer this time.
Catch a deer. I didn't nab a deer. I didn't kidnap a deer.
Well, so you didn't get it this time. And then I don't know when the next opportunity is going to be.
Yeah.
For you to go. And I feel like when you did catch a deer, it was like the last time. What?
That's just funny when you say that. Catch a deer.
I don't know.
Anyway,
what do you want me to say? So you got it like the last day. So it seems like you could have got one the whole time, and you just get it at, like, I know you like to procrastinate.
That's just by chance.
But
that's just by chance.
Like, instead of like, you could have got a deer this weekend and then just been done. And,
I would have if I saw one. Around. I didn't see one.
Maybe it's because you were too busy looking up in the trees at woodpeckers.
Maybe. I don't know.
You see what I deal with? I think he just likes the time away from the family up north with his dad.
It is fun to go, but I missed you guys when I was away.
I feel like you just came back because, like, no one was there to do your laundry, and you had to pick up your own socks and move your shoes to the door yourself because you didn't have any, little minis running around.
Yeah. Oh, look, the kitty. Our little cat's coming in. Hey, buddy. He's looking around like, what the heck?
People don't think we really have a cat because this one is so shy compared to Oakley. I mean, compared to Kitan.
Yeah.
His name is Oakley. This is Oakley.
He just meowed. Anyway.
So.
Yeah, no, the trips are good.
I just feel like they're more guy trips than hunting trips.
Well,
you guys don't really catch anything.
Well, we did catch something, but
did ya?
Yeah, we did.
Did you catch a cold?
We caught one, but I didn't personally catch one.
Because you were looking at the woodpeckers.
Gotta catch them all.
Calm down, Pokemons.
No, it's both. Like,
I want to be the very best.
The best there ever was.
Bum, 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 bum. I hate Pokemons. What was it? Oh, my brother would be so proud if I could do the Pikachu thing I used to go. Hold on. I might randomly do it. I feel like I have to That is not what
he doesn't say beep boop.
No, and I like the guy with the little like hump leaf thing on his back, and the little vines will come out. That's not the noise.
I don't know what that's called.
I don't know either. I'm just telling you that was the one that I liked. I said I want that one, and then my brother told me that what it was, and then I got into a bigger one, and I can't. And then there's Chuzu or something like that.
Charizard.
No, this is the one that flies around.
Oh, okay. Chuzu it is.
Chuzu, Yuchuru, something like that.
You're gonna get destroyed in the comments for this.
Well, I don't know them. I remember. So, talking about comments and things and conversations. Yeah. So I was reading one of the comments, and one of the ones that stuck with me wasn't. It wasn't negative towards us, but what they were talking about was when we were talking about the scary movies and the Saw.
Oh.
She said that. Did you see this comment? She
Maybe.
said that she got kicked out of the movie theater of Saw because she was laughing when the guy was hanging and
oh, man.
It was on the block of ice and he could barely touch his toes to the ice. And that I believe like they got kicked out. She was with somebody else or they were with somebody else. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't remember the name of the person or but they got kicked out and whoever they were with was mad that they got kicked out. And I'm like, that must be pretty bad if you're in a horror movie and that like people come with their little flashlight and it's like, not this one.
Yeah,
because you can laugh at comedies. It's not like you're not allowed to laugh during a movie. So that made me think of when we went to go see, did I just burp? Excuse me. The Witch?
Oh.
Was it The Witch?
The one is the movie with the goat in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was called The Witch.
Right?
That was a long time ago.
We went with Freddie and Haley.
Yeah.
And we went to the movie theater and me being me, I talked to this older couple while you and Freddie and Haley were getting the tickets and popcorn and stuff. And I didn't really know what the movie was about. Mm-hmm. I knew that they were like prairie days, like out in the woods or whatever. And so I sat down with this older couple and they're like, oh, are you here to see a movie? I'm in a movie theater. So I feel like that's a pretty like...
No, I figured I'd just stop in and say hello to fellow snack eaters.
I don't know if they thought that like I was leaving versus coming. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, they're like, what movie are you going to see? And I was like, oh, well, one of my like husband's friends wants to see The Witch, so we're going to watch that. And she was like, oh. And she turned to her husband. She's like, they're going to see The Witch. And then there was some movie, like Christian Jesus movie that was out at the same time. And she told me, do you remember? So we start walking up and we start walking up and she turns back to me after we gave the tickets and she told me like what room they were in. She's like, if you need to, we're in screen or room 6 or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. Like as if I'm going to leave the movie and then go see it.
All right, then.
I'll come find you. Like she was just like, just to let you know, we're in studio 6 or whatever. And so we go over to our seats at the Witch and we're like way in the back, which is fine. And there's this person that comes and he's all in this like, remember this black trench coat and he had all the medallions on?
Maybe. And I don't remember this at all.
And I had to switch seats because no one wanted to sit next to him.
Oh. Yeah.
And so I sat next to him because, you know, I'm that people person. And I had like my drink was on that side. Like he was sitting on my right side. Ryan was to my left. And I had my drink like in between me and this person. And I was just like, hi.
So.
And literally the guy was like looking straight ahead at the movie theater. He's like, hi.
Oh, yeah. He didn't even like hardly acknowledge you.
Didn't even like turn or anything. And I was just like.
All right then.
And I was like, I forget if I made another small talk, but I know that I took the cup and I was like, do you need a cup holder? Because that's my cup. And you know what? I can just use his. And so I took our cup and I moved it over. And he goes, he looked over at me and he goes, I don't need a cup holder. And then he just turned back. He was like, I don't need a cup holder. And then he turned back.
That's when you know it's
and
like,
watched.
Don't talk to that guy.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. And then at the end of the movie, do you remember this? He stood up. And this movie was weird. Like there was like people eating babies and stuff. And he stood up. Yeah. And he just goes.
Starts clapping.
And then he just walks away. And I was like.
Oh, man. I don't remember that.
I
don't remember the clapping part. I remember
he stood up and just like clapped
I remember you
a couple
trying to
times
talk to him.
and just like walked and I was like
maybe we should have gone to the Christian showing.
I was like, room 6 people. Go to room 6.
We could have sat with Phyllis and George.
I know. Oh, they were so sweet though. But I remember trying to like knock it up after he got like I was like, we're just gonna wait here a minute because after what I just saw and if he's clapping and what was that goat's name in that movie?
I can't remember.
Philip.
That's it.
Was it Philip?
It's Philip. Philip the black goat.
Oh, he was something else. Blech, that movie was blech. Like just weird, man. Creepy. Not like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep. It was just weird, creepy.
It was
and
super
somebody
creepy.
Also commented that this is actually a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about Candy man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Fun stuff. We're just going to cover it one day, and Ryan's going to be so mad at me.
That's fine.
That's fine. Did you hear that? That's on record. He said that's fine.
I said, no, I wasn't finished my sentence.
Oh, how does it feel to get cut off when you're talking? Tell me. He does it to me all the time.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Calm down.
No, I don't.
Calm down.
What are you talking about?
I know these cords drive you crazy. I'll go just play with them. I'll let the baby in here tomorrow. I'll be like, yeah, play with daddy's cords. I'm
going to go on Big Brother.
Yes.
I want to go on Big Brother and win it. I'm going to win it. I've watched.
No. I am your wife and I'm here to support you to dream your big dreams. But when they get enormously huge, that is impractical. I'm here to just pop that little button.
Well.
Or bubble.
When I win it, you're not going to get any of the $750,000 then. I'm going to keep it for myself.
Highly doubt that, number one.
All right. Well, I am going to go on Big Brother and win it. I'm predicting it right now. I'm telling you, it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be this next season or like a future season. But I'm doing it.
I think I would have a way better social game than you.
Yeah, but I think your social game would ruin you too.
I think you would overplay.
I don't.
I do.
Mm-mm.
I think
I'd be super calculated.
That would be your downfall.
Why?
Overly calculated.
Why would that be a downfall?
Crazy. Because that's what happens. People get all inside their head and they become paranoid of this or
no. There's a difference between being calculated and being paranoid.
Yeah, but they become paranoid after being calculated.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
You watch like 2 seasons. I watched like 20.
Okay.
Just saying.
So anyway, I got to submit my application.
Yeah, Ryan's going to do it, not me. Someone has to watch the baby.
Yeah.
Even though I would be a better social game player.
Yeah. I think you have to be, in order to play a good game on that show, you have to be good socially and also physically too. Unless you get like paired with somebody who's physically good, but you're a good social player and they can carry you, you can carry each other. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot to that game.
You mean like these guns?
Yeah, like those guns.
I got guns.
Yeah. No, but we've been watching Big Brother this season.
Big Brother.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
We've watched a couple seasons together. Ryan used to get so mad with
this is the 3rd season I've watched.
With the guy who's like, I'm Big Brother.
Oh, yeah.
Like the beginning, he used to get, and I used to get so mad because he'd be like, are you going to watch that show? Oh my God. I hate when that guy says
I don't know why.
It once at the beginning of each.
I don't mind it now, but
literally one time that we like I stormed upstairs. I was so annoyed because he would say it every day.
Yeah, I'd be cooking and then I'd just have to. you'd have it turned up super loud, and the guy's like, "Tonight on Big Brother."
You know that it's not super loud. It's because that's how the show goes. So the commercials are wicked, like they make you feel like you have to turn it up, and then when you're actually on the show, and of course the first thing that you do is hear that man's voice. I don't even know who he is.
I've never even seen that guy's face. He just he
you
narrates
hate a man that you don't even know.
Yeah, I don't mind him now. I'm used to it, but he annoyed me at first.
If I got to go on a reality show, I want to go on the challenge.
See, I can't get into that show.
I know you like. I tell you all the people and stuff.
I know. I'm like, hey, who's that? I'm like half watching it,
and then TJ, like the host, you're like, oh, is that CT? I'm like,
yeah. I don't know.
I like those shows.
Yeah.
And I like CT, Bananas.
We've gotten into it, like a few of them. We watched obviously Big Brother. We've watched Survivor a little bit, and then we also watched that show that was on Netflix, which it got kind of boring, I think, after the first season or two. But it's called The Circle, where like they don't see each other; they're all isolated.
I think the first one was good, but then the ones after was just very.
It's so monotonous and like I don't know. Yeah. It's weird because I think the first season came out during COVID, so it was kind of cool.
But it made sense.
It was like part of like what we were living.
You had to be like separated.
Right. It's all isolation and stuff, but you're still interacting with total strangers.
But it's like you have to choose to be a catfish or not, and you know ahead of time, and then you don't want people to like see you or like catch on that you're a catfish. Yeah. I don't know.
It's good. It's good if you can get into it, but after this, I think we might have watched like 2 seasons, and then we're just like, it just kind of gets redundant.
Well, then one person was like, I'm Lance Bass. And they're like,
Right.
But the woman was like his like secretary or something.
Yeah.
And like, he's even like, yeah, use me. Like, go for it. And then he's like, I'm so disappointed in the way you played that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, Lance, just go to the moon.
But those shows are good. Especially Big Brother, I get super into it.
I think Big Brother is kind of boring at first, but then like now when you get along. But I am annoyed because this year it definitely conflicts with football season. And like the timing's weird. And so we always watch it the day after just because.
We never watch it live.
No.
Yeah.
But this is the last week, so Thursday is the last day.
Yep.
And I am putting on record that I am Team Matt.
Yeah, if you got anybody that's
team
watching.
Cameron before.
Team who?
Cameron. Remember?
Oh, Cameron. Yeah, Cameron was good.
Cameron.
Yeah.
He played well. He was against everybody. Well, everyone was against him, and he was just kind of like, how did this happen?
But he was a good physical player, like a good comp guy.
Yeah, but Jag's a good comp guy, but I don't know.
The only reason so the final 3 are Matt, Jag, and Bowie Jane, but like, the only reason Jag is still in this thing is because of Matt.
Well, he got voted out and then Matt saved him. But
he was voted out of the game.
You can also say that it's because of Cherie, because Cherie told Matt to use it.
Right.
And Matt trusts Cherie enough to.
But I think if Matt and Jag are sitting next to each other, the jury's voting Matt all day.
I hope
all
so.
All day.
I hope so.
Jag burnt too many bridges.
I didn't, honestly, at the very beginning, I didn't like Matt necessarily. I didn't dislike him, but I was just kind of like, bleh, because he had that little showmance with Riley. Yeah. So I think because Riley got voted out early, I was like, oh,
that helped him big time.
And then once Cameron left, then I was like, okay, I want Matt to win.
Yeah.
And I love him even more because he's deaf. Mm-hmm. And like Ryan and I tries to watch the show as if like keeping that in mind, like how is he able to do this, and they must have monitors or something along. And it looks like sometimes he has some special hearing device that he uses, and then other times like I felt bad because he was saying that he doesn't like when people whisper because it's hard because you like to read your lips is different when you're whispering versus when you're like regularly talking. So it's harder for him. And he had a moment where he needed to compose himself. Mm-hmm. And I just felt so bad.
He seems like a pretty genuine guy, like a really nice guy.
What is he, an Olympic swimmer?
He's an Olympic swimmer. And he's never like, He's never really wronged anybody the whole time he's been in the house, for the most part.
No, what does he say? He hasn't got his hands dirty.
Right. He's made some tough
Blood
decisions,
on his
but
hands. That's what they say. Blood on your hands.
I don't think there's really anybody in the house that dislikes him or has anything against him, you know?
No.
So, I don't know. Hopefully he wins. We'll see what happens this week, but actually when this comes out, we'll know the winner, but
yeah.
But yeah, so.
And then the challenge, the one that I'm watching has bananas, but it doesn't have CT. And I was trying to explain to Ryan who CT was.
Yeah.
Very scared of that man.
Sorry, anybody that doesn't watch these shows, it's probably pretty boring to listen to that.
Or
but
maybe you should watch them.
You should. They're really good.
Yeah. The challenge, you're like, I can't get into it. It's really good. You guys should watch it.
Big Brother's good.
No, but the challenge, like all the physical things that they do, it makes me want to like go and like run the marathons and play in the mud and
work out.
Yeah, like just to
Get
be able to like do it.
Yeah.
Prepare for the turkey trot. We got to go running tomorrow.
I know.
I got to go running. I got to run.
Yeah, we're going to run. Did we already talk about that on a
What, the turkey trot? I have no idea.
Well, if we didn't, we're going to do I think, a 5K on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. We've done it before in the past. I did it last year with the baby.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sarah and I went down the trail.
Oh, yeah.
How could you forget?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
But it wasn't like a one where everybody runs. But this year we'll go and we'll get the bib and push the baby in a troller. You know, those trollers.
Right. I was in pretty good shape all year, but I kind of fell behind because I got sick. But I mean, I've run. I'd have to look at my app, but I've run like 120 something miles this year.
You started running again, last week?
Yeah, and I would run like when I was at the peak of my running, which was like this spring, summer. I'd run a 5K like every day, almost. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He would much rather run, and I would much rather like do reps and like weights and stuff. But
I like when it comes to running. I don't know. It's fun because you can kind of like get in your own head and like I don't know, escape the world a little bit, but also like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain unless you're a runner.
I like when we do the inflatables.
Yeah.
And then the running part I hate, and then I get so excited when an obstacle comes, and you're like, freaking obstacle.
Oh yeah, we did an inflatable 5K once. We are
very opposite when it comes to
that. Was
I
was
like
rough.
I love the like little challenges in there, and you're like, oh, how many of these are there? I just want to run.
Because it required like climbing and like. Ugh.
Yeah, it gives your legs a little break, and you can climb, or you have to like dodge the ball things, and then you know. I don't know.
It was hard.
Go down the slide. Who doesn't want to go down a slide? Besides
the inflatable. The inflatable 5K is way harder than a regular 5K, in my opinion. Way harder.
I want him to do a color run, and I want to be the one that shoots the color in his face.
That'd be fun. I'd do that.
Would it? Until you think it's fun, until you go to get in your car again, and then all the dust goes everywhere. Remember?
Such a mess.
Remember when we're at your school or something, and Justin had a game?
Yeah.
And I don't know what he said, but he was being fresh.
This is my friend Justin from school, not the Justin.
Not
RVA
Gabby
flips.
and Justin. Yeah. So there was this bag that I got from a color run, and it was pink colored, and I don't remember what he said, but it was fresh. And I took the bag and I hit him in the head with it, like kind of smacked him across the face with it. It had
a hole in it.
And it had a hole in it, and his jersey was supposed to be like white, and so his face was pink, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, my jersey!"
He got like, pink all over it.
Sorry, don't be fresh.
But
he wasn't just like your friend. He was dating my aunt's.
Yep.
No, his dad. Yeah, he was dating my aunt. His dad was dating my aunt. So I was like, oh, you're kind of like my cousin. So I can smack you with a bag of dust.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
And then when he would say fresh stuff, like, remember when we went down to the Cheesecake Factory? And I said, he's going to say something about my windows because we took my car. And Ryan's like, he's not going to say anything about your windows. But I was like, yes, he is. I know he's going to say something about the windows.
Because they were dirty?
Because Kimber like leaves her mark on it. But it was Kimmy's window, whatever. He didn't say anything until he got out of the car, waited right before he shuts the door of the car to say, by the way, your window is like filthy or dirty or whatever. And I was just like, sleep. And I was like, but he learned to keep his mouth shut until he was safely out of like distance from me before he like would say anything. As if I didn't know.
Good times.
Like, I knew he was going to say that.
It was so long ago. Jeez.
Right? I was like 5.
Well, I think I'm about ready for bed. I don't know about you. I'm beat.
I mean, I just kind of ran out of pumpkin milk.
Yeah. I think it's about that time.
I want to find more shows that I want to be a part of. Like reality show things that I would do.
Oh, now you want to be a reality star?
No, I like a game show.
Oh.
Not like... I don't want to do plays, but I want to be on a game show. So maybe actually I don't want to do that. Because you're probably on this... See, I wouldn't like that.
No,
with
you
the
wouldn't.
Cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go on Big Brother. I'll stay home.
Okay. I will. I'm going to win it.
I'll be Big Mama at home.
Okay.
I'll just set up nanny. We'll set up nanny cams and have our own version of Big Brother.
Nanny cams.
You're going to be evicted. I'm going to ask...
Ryan, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
You're evicted. No, it's Ryan. You're evicted from your own house. From the megaverse. Megaverse, comaverse, whatever. Scary verse. There's all these verses. But anyway, so I think that's good. We've had everything updated. We already talked about passports. Now I can travel the world. And
thank goodness.
Kimmy, hopefully she'll be better. I think it's going to be 10 days. So we'll keep you posted for next week. And I think
hopefully we can get a guest on this podcast pretty soon.
I was thinking about that, like trying to find or line up some
I know a couple
guests
people that
up.
want to come on. So
You do?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to give it away yet.
Is it CT?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you off.
Yes.
Off air.
I don't think that... Okay. I have mad respect for CT. But I don't think he's that pretty. He does have blue eyes. So people might think that I think he's pretty. He scares me.
Yeah.
So I want to be like on his side.
Just to be safe.
But if he was like, you could just like, he'd be like, go away. And I'd be like, okay.
Okay, bye.
I would just be like, all right, I will never be in your presence again. I just wanted to say that I was there. Almost like a kid in Mickey Mouse or something. I feel like he's like Mickey Mouse. I don't want to like have relations with you. I just want to like be in your presence for a second and know that you saw me. Like, you know I exist. I know you exist.
Okay, we're cool.
You know. Yeah. Special friends.
You're my special friend.
Hey.
Who are you? That's in the meme Hall of Fame.
What?
I don't know.
I didn't even know they had those. All right. We're going to go to bed because he's talking about weird things that don't exist. And that's potentially and
the
usually
land
my
of
job.
make-believe. Wow. That's what that kid does.
So
anyway.
One time we were in the ER and Ryan was being seen. We don't have to go for why and all that fun stuff. But that is how he acted without drugs. So
yeah.
I don't think you had drugs at that time. And if you did, it was like an ibuprofen over the counter. And he started singing Special Friends for his mom.
Special
And I have a video and he's on the gurney. He's on the gurney and he's like, Special Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Special Friends. I got to find that and add that somewhere. I should put that as a short. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh, and what else? You got us on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Is that going anywhere? What do I do for that?
Just
Are there
shout it
comments
out.
I have to do that?
No, there's no comments on Spotify.
Oh, thank goodness. No. I have enough fun with the shorts and things.
Yep.
And I know. He told me I have more work to do, apparently. I did do them on Wednesday and Friday while you were gone, while you were hunting. One of those days, Saturday maybe. And then I said, "Oh, I'm all done with all my comments," and then apparently Papa Bear over here took a look and he was like,
"You missed some."
It's probably he added them.
No, you just got to use the app because the app like shows the newest comments no matter like what video it's on. So that's how you miss them. That's all. Anyway, this is talk for off air.
Or is it?
Good night, everyone.
It's the Big Brother, 24/7.
Big Brother.
What if we did a 24/7 marathon?
Oh, that would be torture.
And we could have like special guests come on certain times.
Yeah.
That would be torture.
That would be like, we could try it, but just imagine like when you're ready for bed and I want to sleep, but you can't. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, maybe like my Christmas break where I have 13 days off or something.
Okay. Sure.
He says that now. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever you want to do. He's like, I know you like sleep. So basically, I'll be sleeping on the table and Ryan will be like, so I won't tell her.
Cricket.
I won't tell her if you don't.
Cricket.
I don't know. Tell me if that's weird.
So
I just think that would be kind of fun if we had people.
Yeah.
Or like a 12-hour marathon or something. That would be a long time to render.
Oh, man, that would take forever to upload and render, yeah.
Right? But it would have to be perfect so you don't have to edit anything.
Just hit a button.
You would not edit
done.
that. Yeah.
Done.
It would have to be perfect.
Yeah.
We can do the play. I'll show you all my dance moves for the play. That will take 3 minutes. Never mind. All right. Get us off this thing.
Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming, you crazy little dreamers, and maybe we'll be back and I will show you some dance moves. But not the ones from the play.
Goodbye.